going on, guys? This is the 2017 Honda Cbr500r. This one is with the ABS. This color is candy orange. It's really bright. And it kind of, at night, it kind of shows a little reflection. This is a nice color. Now this is kind of right next to its big brother, 600. It has a 4.4 gallon gas tank. I think it's 49.6 horsepower. Not much, but trust me, you can feel it. It's a lot better than the 250s and the 300s. Keeps up with freeway speeds. Passing cars is a no problem on this bike. I do it all the time. 35mm steel tube frame. It's got single 320mm disc. And I think that they call it the wavy discs. And then the back, it's a 240mm, also wavy. It weighs about 425 pounds. Now the front and the rear support are all adjustable. All the shocks are adjustable. So the rear is preloaded adjustable. So if you're a heavy guy, or if you're just traveling with some weight on it, it will adjust to it. Well, you gotta adjust to it, but seat height is the 30.9 inches. It's liquid cooled, which is pretty nice. It's got a, well, that's what I was gonna say. It's a parallel twin engine. So 2-piston parallel twin engine. Pretty shiny. It's fuel injected, so cold days are no issue. Starts right up. Of course, you want to let it warm up a bit. You don't want to just drive off. It does have 6 gears, which is weird to me because I come from a 250 and a 300, and the ones I had, it was a 250 GZ Suzuki, and it only had five gears on it. And sometimes I forget there's a 6th gear, so I only go to 5th gear and I'm rolling 55 miles an hour. Pop that in 6th gear and I'm going faster. So I forget there's a 6th gear all the time. Now people are getting up to 0 to 60 in about 5.15 seconds. I saw someone do it 5 flat, and that's faster than most cars on their takeoff. So it's not a bad bike. I mean, a 500 is fast. You will still get that rush. Especially me, I started off on a 250, went to a 300, and now I'm at a 500. I mean, it's affordable, because the 600 was like, I don't know, 8 or 12. I picked this up for 5-6 right out the door, and it's brand new and there's no miles. I mean, I left with 3 miles on it because of their testing, but yeah, a 2017 for 5.6, which is not bad. It's very affordable, especially on gas. Gas is extremely cheap because you're only putting 4 gallons in it. That's like $8 where I am in. I get about 76 miles to the gallon, which is amazing. It's a little ridiculous. I say the tires are a lot bigger than the 250 and the 300, which gives that nice little sporty look. Now, the tires, the back tire is a 160 over 60-17, I believe, and the front ones are 120 over 70-17, I think. Now, I'm gonna go to the features of this thing. The first thing I totally loved and fell in love with was the headlights. It gives you the meanest look ever, and I mean the meanest look. It's LED, same thing with the back, but let me turn this on for you. And the high beams are so much different. Shows a little, and those are bright too. But the thing I liked about them was, you know how most motorcycles, one side is only lit and then the other side isn't, and then the high beams are both lights on? Yeah, this one does not have that, which is a huge plus because that looks ugly. I do not like motorcycles that run with one light, because before I was riding a motorcycle and I didn't even know that meant for like high beams for 2 lights to come on and low beams were just 1 light. I always thought that this dummy is running around with just 1 light bulb, like his other light bulb's out. So I never knew that till I started riding, and yeah, I just think it's ugly. But that's what I like. I love the light, the look. It's mean. It's really mean looking. But yeah, that's LED, and so is the brake light. Brake light is LED. It does have hazard lights, which is pretty cool. I absolutely hate hearing people say that this is a beginner's bike. This is definitely not a beginner's bike. This is, I would say, an intermediate bike, because I started from the bottom, from a 250 to a 300 and to a 500, and with my riding experience, this is definitely an intermediate bike. I mean, you can start off it as a beginner, but it has some torque to the throttle. It is a lot more powerful and it has a lot more torque than a 250 and a 300. The seat is pretty comfortable. I like it. Now I'm going to talk about what I don't like about it. I got a couple actually. The exhaust, it's really big. It's really there. And it's quiet. Like, it's so freaking quiet. This bike is really quiet, which is a safety hazard for me, you know. It's not loud enough for others to hear you, but of course, you know, it is a 500, so it doesn't make as much noise as a 600 does, but that could be all changed with an upgrade to the exhaust. But I'll get later to that, because that's pretty expensive to do. The license holder, it's just sticking out way out there. It's pretty ugly. A fender eliminator would do the trick, which I'm also going to be doing. but that's something that I don't like. It's just how the fender is just way out there. Kind of makes it look a little ugly. The horn, I don't like where the horn sits because, well, most Hondas and most bikes that I rode on, the horn is always down here and the blinkers are always up here. And the horn is really big. It is just, it's way out there. And learning to use the blinkers down here, I've honked the horn a couple of times at the beginning of each turn I do. So that's something I don't really like, but I mean, it's not that bad. But yeah, that's the only things I don't like pretty much about this bike is just the exhaust. It's way big, too big. It's heavy. It weighs like 30 pounds. The fender or the license holder, it's just too big, and the horn. That's the only thing I don't really like about it. I mean, the seat could be a little bit more cushionier. Usually about after an hour, you'll feel it in your butt cheeks and your back, but I don't hate it. I mean, it's comfortable enough for me, but if you're going to be traveling over 1,000 miles, I would definitely recommend a different seat. So, but I'm going to have to apologize that I won't be riding it on this video because, well, I don't have a camera that can hook up to my helmet and I don't have a GoPro, so I will try to explain as clearly as I can and as much as I can about the rides on it. But first of all, I just want to say it's very, very smooth. As soon as you take off, it's extremely smooth, especially the clutch. When you're switching gears, you could mess up and it would still switch the gears. It wouldn't grind your gears. It wouldn't, I mean, it's just really smooth. Like, everything about this bike is really smooth. The engine, revving, speeding up, it's just, everything's smooth about it. The torque on it feels really nice. Like, first gear you can get up to, 30 miles an hour. And just from that 30 miles an hour, you can feel the torque. Yeah, it's comfortable, it's fun, freeway speed and passing, no problem. Gas saver, of course. Cheap insurance. It's about $30 to $40 cheaper than a 600 would be. It feels fast. And again, it is not a beginner's bike. I mean, it's right around the corner from the 600. Of course, it doesn't have the horsepower or the speed of a 600. You guys need to know anything else, if I skip something, just let me know in the comments and I will try to reply to it. But that is all. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys like this video.